What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live video where we are building 50 apps in 50 days. And today I have another good one for you. Today is day 6, and we have built a ton of apps so far. We built Vlog Post, which is a video, Rambo video notes taking application where you can basically just rumble into record yourself rambling, and then it transcribes that into content for other social media platforms. We built thumbnail generator that generates thumbnails for you, and I just got hands on a prompt that will improve it significantly. Um, Yesterday we built Just Talk, okay, and Just Talk is uh, essentially Whisperflow clone. If you are familiar with Whisperflow allows you to basically talk to your computer, and it uses natural language processing. Uh, First, it takes your speech and then runs it through Grok, text to sorry, speech to text language model, and then transcribes what you just said, and then passes it through uh, GPT-4o to and we use a mini version just to organize your thoughts and paste it into whatever input you have opened. Okay, so this is the GitHub repo right now, and as I promised, I uploaded it. I made it public. Go check it out. Start it. It gives you all the instructions on how to install it. Basically, the way it works is it works just like Whisperflow. You can configure your hotkey, and basically, what you need to do is you can just basically talk, and then this thing right here appears at the bottom and just allows you, it just indicates that you are speaking into the microphone, or your microphone is live. And then once you release the hotkey, it does all the transcription and paste it into the input component you have open. So that is basically it. I'm going to be using this more often. Um, Compared to Whisperflow, because Whisperflow is expensive. I don't want to pay $15 every month just to do this very simple, just to do the simple thing. Every application out there wants to take your money these days, and I'm tired of it. So, in this series, we are going to be cloning a bunch of applications out there that are just charging ridiculously, like we did with the thumbnail generator. Okay, we are going to do a lot of these other applications are with. Today, I have a good one for you. So I'm going to build on what we built on yesterday, which was Just Talk. Okay. Today, we are going to turn this into a note. What do you call it? A note taking application that allows you to basically record your voice, just rambling. Some of your best ideas come from, just out and about, and I said out and about. And sometimes you just have an idea in your head and you want to write it somewhere. And sometimes you cannot type, you just want to speak. Sometimes you're driving. That is what this application is going to be for. It's going to be a note taking app that can take your voice, that can take text, that can take screenshots. Okay. And it's going to organize them. It's going to use, there's a system for taking notes. And your brain is your brain processes a lot of information, and sometimes when you have ideas, it's better to capture it somewhere so your brain is relieved, okay, to focus on other stuff. All right, and it's based on this idea, which we are going to build around. Where if you have an idea in your head, instead of keeping it in your head and forgetting it later, you have to capture it somewhere. And when you capture it, if you just joined the live, by the way, please like the video. Um, when you capture the idea, you know, instead of just capturing it and just coming back to it and, finding this, finding what you captured on your phone, exactly how you captured it. What if there's a lot happening in the background, to turn it into something much more useful? Okay. So that is basically what we are going to be building today. We are going to help capture our ideas, let AI work in the background, turn it into all types of ideas that we can share. Okay, so that is basically what we're gonna build. We're gonna build a voice note taking application. Essentially, um, essentially, I'm gonna give you some sort of you know, I was looking through Dribble just to find inspiration for what this was going to look like, and I'm just going to share what I was able to find on Dribble. So I wanted to look something like this, essentially. This will be the voice recording screen that takes your, your speech. This will be your list of notes that are organized by dates. I might let AI do its thing because once you capture the information, there's the organization phase where AI works in the background to organize your ideas around. Okay, so it organizes it. Um, so it organizes it essentially into buckets. Okay, you know, that you can come back to later, and then it transcribes it into notes. Um, it, it connects different ideas that you've recorded previously. Okay, it connects them. Okay, it breaks different. You can ramble, and then to break the different ideas within your ramble into separate notes. Okay, that you can come back to, and I'll show you in a second the research I did for this. Okay. Uh, yeah, power dictate. Okay, I'm just gonna go to my notes and let me reload here. So, uh, is it this one? Civilized diction. Okay, AI goal. Okay, this was what we worked on yesterday. Um, architecture for ideas. Yes, this is what we are working on today. Architecture for ideas. Basically, I use no whenever I have an idea. Okay, still my workflow here. Whenever I have an idea, what I do is I go to Notebook LM. I used to go to Google Gemini, which is just fantastic, by the way, when it comes to research. I go to Notebook LM, and what I do is I first of all just enter a prompt on what I want to research, and then it just goes out there, searches the web. You can select between fast and deep research, and it just goes out there and searches the web for information, a ton of information. And then what eventually happens is it synthesizes that information and breaks it down into all types of formats for you to be able to understand, like these infographics it was able to generate. Okay, that basically summarizes what a report is, and it also creates this podcast that you can listen to that summarizes the entire that summarizes the entire report, which I listened to. Okay, but I'm going to connect this notebook line by sharing, copying this link, opening up anti-gravity, and we can essentially uh, we can essentially connect this notebook, okay, to Claude. Okay, so I'm just gonna open up a new. Um, oh man, what should we call this? What should we call it? Call this app. What should I'm? This is where we need to name this application, and I'm kind of okay. Voice notes. Should we call it voice notes? Voice notes. Um, I'm quickly asking Gemini right now. By the way, not Diverge, Novelty, the Hub, Spoke. Okay, Access. Okay, and by the way, I'll just show you what I'm looking at right now. So I essentially just ask, okay, Capture OS. Okay, I like Capture OS. Spark. Okay. Okay, Spark Q. Okay. What else? Spoke. The hub. There's semantics. Why? The system relies on constructing semantic networks of nouns to evaluate information into content graphs. That's interesting. Diverge. That's interesting as well. Okay. But I think I like Capture OS. Atom, Link, Synapses. Okay, Synapse. Let's do Capture OS. We're going to name this Capture OS. Okay. And let's start a new application. And I'm going to open up a new terminal here. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? There we go. And let me just increase this a bit. And let's just say, are you logged into Notebook LM? And oh, sorry, we need to go to Claude first, guys. Yes, proceed. And I'm going to ask her, are you connected to Notebook LM? Let's see if it's connected to Notebook LM. Okay. Okay. So it's not connected. And if we go to Notebook LM and MCP, um, log into Notebook LM. Okay. So let me just copy this, paste this, let it log into Notebook LM. So we can have it communicating with Notebook LM in a second. We did this yesterday. What is the problem? Let's try again. Cause Cloud is pissing me off right now. You did this yesterday. Don't piss me off. Okay. Let's start this process again. Okay. This makes it easy for us to talk to our Notebook LM. Okay. Okay. So it's been added. Log in. I thought this just had to do it once. Hopefully, someone comes out with a better tool. Okay, so it says exit the session and then come back. Okay. I'm just gonna copy this command. All right, here we go. Okay. So it's just gonna open up Google Chrome, ask me to log in. Okay. Let's log in. I'm just logging into the site, guys. All right. And we are logged in. And once we do that, we should be able to copy this link. Okay. Okay, so we are now logged in. List your notebooks. Okay. So it says we can actually do this. So let's see if this works. We tried it yesterday. That did not work. But let's try it again today. Oh, we do have one in our one notebook in the library. Um, it might be what we worked on yesterday. Uh, okay, so that is what we worked on yesterday. Um, can you go to this? Okay, copy link. Okay, so if you just join the stream, we are building a note taking application. This is a research on how to build a voice notes application or the idea of capture, organize, plan, and publish. It covers voice notes and audio processing and organizing notes. Okay. Based on what you shared, here's a proposed metadata. Uh, can you read from the report and everything we have captured in the notebook? All right. Now I think it's okay. So now it's going to go into our notebook and basically read everything we have there. Um, okay, so yeah, um, yeah, like I was showing you on Dribble. This is what the interface is going to look like. Okay, well, maybe slightly different. So I'm gonna give this to Claude Code and tell it to extract the visual elements out of this and use this. Okay. Let me see if I actually yeah. I have a screenshot already, so I'm not gonna create a screenshot anymore. So at this point, it's just reading. Okay, it's just reading. Okay, and it looks like there's success. There's success here, guys. Um, if you are new here, please like the video. Okay, so let's see what I found. Okay, the application is designed as an AI-powered content operation system that transforms from a simple recording tool into a second brain. Okay, that is true. It automates the life cycle of an idea from conception to publication. Yes. Core workflow, capture, organize, create. Yes. Universal capture via quick add. Interface for voice, text, brain dumps. Yes. Automatic. There, guys, I cannot mention the word. Atomicity. Okay, it comes from a word atom. AI passes long voice notes into single distinct concepts with unique IDs. Okay, Feynman refinement. rewrite nodes into simple terms to ensure understanding. Yes. AI tags nodes by content pillar, content type, and then platform. Semantic linking graph. Yes. 3040, gap analysis, hub and spoke architecture, create remix, spark queue, remixing, one long form, key, scientific finding. Yes. Backend Python. Okay. Automation. Okay. We're not going to use this. Generative AI. Okay. Yes, add this to my library, but I also have some modifications to make. And I'm just going to add please take inspiration from this screenshot, just the visual elements, okay? And I also want to use Grok speech to text API and maybe use Gemini for the other stuff, the LLM stuff, okay? Um, I don't want to use any then workflows. We are not doing any then in this application at all. Um, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Um, so let it come out with a plan. Okay. Proceed to read. Okay. Um, okay. We are cooking so far. Okay, so we have a new plan. We have a new plan. Grok API, text to speech, Grok API, that team, deep black background, blue tail gradient glows with soft lighting effects, circular button grid layout for quick actions, and categories. Huh. Okay. Audio waveform visualization in blue. Okay. Glass morphic effect for subtle transformation, minimal clean aesthetics. Yes. Backend Python, automation, end-to-end, remove no end workflows. Yes. LLM component, Gemini, Grok API. Is it Grok or Grok? Uh, Grok. This is what I meant. So, Grok, not Grok, not Grok. Okay, these are two different things. Um, and please start planning. Okay. Okay, let's plan first, and then we can start building. So at this point, it's in plan mode. It's just going to help us plan, uh, plan the application further. And this is an application I'm going to use personally, by the way. All the 50 apps we built that I personally want to use, I personally want to see on the App Store. I am actually going to release some of them on the App Store. So please support. Okay. But yeah, I am going to release on the App Store. Um, because it just makes it easier to use. Okay. Um, it just makes it easier to use instead of just it being on your phone. You either have two choices, either be on Expo and you cannot use Expo outside of your network. Okay. That's the first thing. And secondly, you can post it to test flight. Uh, but test flight, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if I'd rather see it in the App Store, even though you are going to go through a lot of hoops to get it in the App Store. But if it's a valuable enough product, okay, why not put it in the App Store? Um, you just have to go through the steps of having it reviewed, okay? Um, oh, don't call it Notebook LM. Why? Please don't call it Notebook LM. Call it Capture OS. Okay. Yeah. So ask your questions below. Please ask your questions below if you have any. Okay. Yeah. Ask. And please, if you're joining the live, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Please support. Okay. Um, please support if you are joining. But yeah, we are at the mercy of Claude Code right now, so we are just going to be patient and let it, you know. Okay, so this is going to build us in. It's going to build us in Expo. Okay, and this allows us to test it on our mobile devices. It's going to use React Native. Okay, and React Native basically allows you to build cross-platform, so you can basically use it on Android or install on Android or iOS. Um, no, please like the video if you find this valuable. Okay, so what are we doing right now? Um, we essentially waiting for we're essentially waiting for Cloco to finish planning. But okay. So that's taking a bit of time. But yeah, if you in the United States, how are you handling the current storm? Uh, how you handle the current storms going on right now? Um, it's not as bad as where I am, but I've seen the videos in Jersey, how bad it is out there. Like it's terrible. Um, okay, this is taking forever. Okay, this is taking forever, guys. So if we go back to the notes here, okay, um, this is what a workflow is gonna look like. Phase one is capture, okay, universal capture via quick add interface. So you can voice, text, brain dump. Basically, you want to just, if you have an idea, you just want to brain dump, okay? Um, and then it breaks it into single distinct concepts with unique IDs. And there's a reason why it's going to do that, okay, to your brain dump. So it's going to organize your thoughts, break it into little notes, and attach unique IDs to them, okay? And it's going to use a Feynman requirements, which is rewrite notes into simple terms to ensure understanding, okay? So, and it's going to categorize, the second phase is categorizing, okay? It's going to categorize the notes into content pillars, content types, and platform, okay? And then it's going to semantically link uh, uh, between different notes, different related notes. It's going to link them. It's going to cluster them into groups or related keyword. Um, the phase three is planning, okay? It's going to plan out 70/30 plan phase. So who is this application maybe for? It's for anybody that just want to take notes and have them organized somewhere that they can refer to, come back to. So this could be uh, teachers, okay, this could be professors, this could be entrepreneurs, okay, but it's also for content creators who are essentially business people, um, that want a way to capture knowledge or capture ideas that they can come back to, that they can always, they have a content flywheel, right, that they can always come back to, um, that has a lot going on in the background. It's connected to latest trends, okay, that it can capture, and then the planning and the categorization happens in the background without them having to do it. Then, and then the fourth phase is just create, okay. Um, AI would generate drafts, okay, based on those ideas. Would show forms of remixes, okay. So we have a plan. We have a plan, guys. So let's read through the plan here. Um, Capture OS plan summary. Okay, Grok API for speech to text. Yes, Gemini for all LLM tasks, automation, remixes, content generation. Python plus MLTK, WordNet for semantic analysis. React Native. Okay, plus Expo for mobile UI. Fast API backend with Neo4 Graph. Yes, actually, we want to use Convex for our database. So I'm going to make that little change. Um, Call capture. Okay, this is the first in the implementation phase. Okay, categorize Google Gemini. Okay, planning divergence predictor ratio half spoke architecture creation. Okay, okay, that looks good. Um, yes, Gemini Grok API, Whisper. Um, okay. The only change I'm going to ask you to make, so integrate Gemini for transcription automation, implement Feynman refinement prompts. Okay. The only change, this looks good so far to me. Gemini API key. I do not understand what the new 4J is. So, okay, so this looks good, but instead of using Postgres for database, we are going to use Convex. And can you explain what Neo4j is? Okay. Um, Maybe to explain it somewhere at the top. Neo4j. What is that? What is Neo4j? Neo4j. Neo4j is a graph database. Instead of storing data in tables like Postgres, it stores data in nodes and relationships. Ah, I see. Okay. Okay. So traditional database. Okay. GraphDB Note A belongs to. Okay. Relationships are first class citizens. Okay. Okay. So I'm not familiar with Neo4j. I'm just gonna research it a bit. Okay. Build intelligent apps AI and AI for. Okay. Let's see pricing. Does it have price? Pricing. Okay. No credit card or payment method required. Start learning with access to all graphs. For $65 a month, you get up to 125 gigabyte memory per database instance, scalable on demand, daily backups, 7-day retention. Okay. Oh man. I don't know, guys. Neo 4J pricing. Oh man. I don't know. Get started for free. Will it be possible to use just Convex for this? Or we necessarily need New 4J? Option. We could use Convex as a primary database for users, notes, and metadata. Only use Neo4j for the graph relationship. Oh, okay. So that's an option there. Uh, okay. Okay, so it is possible. My recommendation, start with Convex only. Here's why. Simple architecture, real-time sync. The core workflow doesn't need deep graph queries, okay? Um, Vector search handles the heavy lifting, okay? Is Neo4j expensive to use? Okay, let's ask all the right questions here. Uh, let's ask all the right questions here before we proceed. Um, oh, hey, hey, Barbara Abuaje. Hey, it's going great. Uh, Sorry, I didn't catch your question, but I'm essentially building a note taking application that allows you to basically take notes with your voice, brain dump or text, and it creates relationship between them. Um, it generates, it organizes them in the background using AI. Okay. Um, so let's see. Here's the breakdown. Your 4J price and order free, 200K nodes, 400K relationship, one database, order professional certified, starts at 1 GB, scales up, self-hosted community, zero, server cost, unlimited, but you manage it, okay? For Capture OS specifically, free tier reality check, 200K nodes, 200K. If each node has keywords relationship, you hit limits faster. Fine. Okay. Okay. Ads app alongside other services. Okay. Um, real time sync. I'm torn, guys. I don't know which where to go. My table for CaptureOS adding new JS means extra. Okay, another service to manage sync complexity between convex and okay. The graph feature are cool, but not essential for your core workflow. The semantic relationship can be modeled in convex, and the actual finding similar nodes is done by vector search. Okay, all right. Let's stick with convex then. Okay. So yeah, to answer your question, Barbara, we are building a note-taking app that allows you to just brain dump. Okay. So if you're a content creator, that helps you, organize your ideas. It, you know, breaks them, breaks your ideas, so you don't really have to be perfect when, creating your notes. It would break them down into atoms, into separate ideas, keep them organized, link different ideas, and you know, suggest, uh, you know, if basically if your content, it will suggest content for you to, you know, it will suggest content for you to create. If we go up a bit, if you go up a bit, I can show you. So it has four different phases. Okay, so there's a capture phase where you have your brain dump. You just brain dump onto your phone, your whatever idea is going on in your head. Okay. Then there's a phase two, categorize, which AI categorizes those ideas. Then it plans out, okay, those ideas for you, if you for you to write, and then creates drafts for you. From those ideas, it creates drafts, and then you can use those to create content if you want to, or use them to write even further, or do what you want to do with it. But basically, essentially, note taking applications are just that they capture notes, and um, they capture notes, and that's all they do. They just capture notes and they just sit in there. There's no intelligence to the note capturing. This basically adds a bit of intelligence to your note capturing, and does a lot of the manual work for you. Okay. Excuse me. So let's just be patient for it to build out the application. Yeah, so we are just piggybacking off of what we built yesterday, and basically, I have the GitHub repo up. You can go check it out, and it's essentially this right here. Whenever I okay, essentially whenever I press a hotkey on my keyboard, it shows this little animation right here, and it's basically capturing my voice. Um, and it's basically capturing my voice. And what it does is it, you know, it captures, it works behind the scene, captures it works behind the scene and transcribes it. Um, okay, transcribes it. Okay, and organizes it. Okay, so I can just talk to my computer instead of, just typing. Why would you want to type these days when you can just talk on your computer? Um, okay, and it's built off of Whisperflow. I love using Whisperflow, but it's expensive. It's $15 a month just to use Whisperflow. Okay, so yeah, that's too expensive. Um, that's too expensive. So essentially, instead of paying 15 bucks a month, can just I just built it. And like, if you go see the stream yesterday, how long did it take for us to build it? In like less than an hour, we were able to get something working. And you can use it too. You can essentially go to GitHub, clone this repository, download it on your. These are the instructions on how to do it. But you first need you first need macOS Catalina, okay, and then you need to download Node.js, okay, and then npm, okay. When you download Node.js, it comes with npm, so you can run these commands to ensure these are installed, and then all you need to do is to git clone, copy this, git clone, cd into the directory, do npm install and npm run, and that's it. You got this running. And then the next steps is to follow these links and then create API keys. And then once you boot up the application, it's going to ask you for those keys. Or you can essentially go to the status bar here, go to settings, and it's going to open up this, and then you can go to settings, and then you can plug in. Okay, and then you can also change your hotkey as well if you want to, and then save, and that's it. Um, okay, so it's initializing the application, and as you can see here, we have apps. We have the Convex database setup. Okay, so it looks like it's still working through initializing the mono repo, and then it's going to set up React Native and Expo mobile app, then um, create the dark mode design system, then set up convex backend schema, then build the voice capture component with waveform. Okay. And then it's gonna create convex action with Grok Whisper, which is, um, yeah, yeah. So it's just, you know, picking away at the tasks. Um, we are building a note-taking application that allows you to bring down and AI organizes it in the background, okay, and help you get new ideas for even content or other stuff. So instead of having notes that are just sitting there that are not useful, you have useful notes, and we're probably going to put this in the App Store eventually. Okay. Okay. We already burning through 13K tokens, by the way. Um, All right, we are almost there. Build voice capture component with waveform. Create convex action with Grok. Okay. Um, what about a Python backend? I guess okay. I guess it hasn't gotten there yet. It's just doing the UI element. Because we need a Python backend as well. That is essentially um, this is an application that I would actually use. By the way, I would use this. Um, you know, because I'm always like, okay, I need ideas for content. Uh, for doing newsletters and all types of stuff. Um, I'm working on a vlog post, by the way, go into which is about to go into the App Store. Um, so it's called vlogpost.info, which is going into the App Store, and it essentially allows you to ramble, okay, and then you can post that rambles everywhere. No, ramble, and then let AI do a lot of work in the background. Please go and join the wait list. Okay. You can join the wait list right now and um, be informed once it comes out, essentially. No. Actually, we have a subscriber grow. Did we? Did we? Subscriber grow January 25. Today is what? January 25? Okay. Okay. So we have a sign up actually, guys. Um, we have a sign up. Official CB president. Okay. All right. So we have gotten somewhere. Let's see what has been accomplished so far. So this is the project structure. Okay. Monorepo setup, dark mode, voice capture, Grok whisper action for transcription, note crude operation, Glassmorphic, initial. Okay. Okay. So let's test what has been done so far, guys. Oh, we have. I'm just gonna kill this Grok. Um. Oh, we need to CD into. Okay. And then run npx convex. Okay, let me show you how easy it is to just use convex. This is gonna create a new project. Okay, uh, we are going to call this capture os. Okay, cloud. Okay, and it is done. um, the next thing will be to set up environment variables. Okay, so but before we do that, let's run this ls cd mobile. Okay, what is the apps mover? Okay. And there we go. All right. And look at it, guys. Let's see what that looks like. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Um, and we already getting errors. Okay, so we have an error. I'm just gonna copy the error. Let me just set up the API keys in Convex really quickly. So if you set this up correctly, okay, and then go to Convex, Convex music, login. Okay, so we have Capture OS development, and then you go to settings, you go to environment variables. You can add environment variables. Okay. Um, so I'm just gonna do that to the side really quickly. Okay, so Grok API key is set. Uh, okay, so it says the simulator has timeout issues. Okay, let's do this again. npm stat. Yes. Nothing is happening. Huh. Okay. Okay, so restarting. Um I added the Grok API key. So we should have an initial something initial step. Okay. All right. Like always, same there's error. So let's ask Grok to fix that. Okay, so this is just gonna fix the error. Um, all right. And we haven't even gotten to phase two. There's still a lot. Should I make a part two? Maybe we should have a part two of this. I should end the stream here, and then tomorrow we can continue. Yeah, once we get this up and running, with on Expo, I'm gonna kill the stream. It's already 8:16. I'm gonna kill the stream, test it out, see what changes that could be made because there's still a lot more we can do. So this phase is just gonna be the capture phase where it's able to take your recordings and process it. And we haven't even gotten to the process part. Actually, we have gotten to the Grok processing part where it processes your raw voice. Okay. All right. So it says restart Expo. Yes. All right. It's restarting. Moment of truth. Mm, mm-mm. Okay. Something is not right, guys. Let's ask it. Run Expo and fix the errors. Oh man, this is taking longer than I expected today. Hmm. Okay. All right. So it seems there's still some issues here. The simulator has network issues. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, if I'm able to finish this application, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, by the way, because this is something that I would use daily for capturing, you know, some sort of. All right. I thought this was going to be a simple process. I didn't realize how long this was going to take today. This is already taking way too long than I expected. Um, okay, let's try this. Says I can open the simulator. Okay. Still some errors. So I actually don't need to. Okay. We can record, we can speak, and it is actually recording. Um, what are we going to say? You can record whatever you want to record, capture your thoughts. And then once you're done, you can hit start. And there it is. Okay. Let me go to the mobile and see what we got going on. All right. Look at it, guys. So allow, you just need to give it permissions and then you can start recording your voice. And then once you're done, you can hit stop, but you cannot go to notes, guys. You cannot go to notes. All right. I think I'm going to end the stream here, guys. Tomorrow we are going to continue from where we left off tomorrow and add a bit more features to it. Okay. Continue on into phase two. Um, all right. This is it. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.